We don't know much about Ottoman economics because there's a simple reason for this. It's Ottomans has a lot of archives and they recorded lots of things, but they need to be researched and of course there are so many smart historians, educated historians go to Ottoman books and search about it, and we know a lot about Ottoman Empire now. We know 50 years ago because lots of smart people, historians search about it. But the problem is Ottoman economy, because those historians are not don't know much about economy. So partially they search, try to understand Ottoman economic system, but because they are not educated economists, they didn't go much deeper. So in order to understand Ottoman economy, someone with economic credential who understand modern economics needs to go Ottoman archives and try to understand what's going on there. This happened with Mehmet Genç. Mehmet Genç was a PhD student and he went to Ottoman archives and tried to understand Ottoman economics logic. And he spent long time, very long time. He's supposed to spend 4 years and finish his PhD degree, but he couldn't. Later, his professor actually helped him. He understand he's into something, so they give him position in the university as a research department. So he will be getting salary from university and he can keep searching in the Ottoman archives. And he started to write essays, few essays, not long books, because that was how he worked. And later people really liked it, and it gives totally new perspective to Ottoman economics. But this is not turned to book, just a few essay here and there, and there was didn't really make a further explanation. Just summarized what he find Mehmet Genç, and didn't try to build new economic system out of this. Then a publisher named Ottoman Publishing House approached Mehmet Genç, and they told him, we want to turn your ideas into a book. Mehmet Genç agreed, and they even give him cash payment so he can start writing a book. But Mehmet Genç being Mehmet Genç, he didn't finish the book for a long time. There was even 20 years passed, the book was not ready. Ottoman Publishing House went to Mehmet Genç and asked what's going on. He said, still, I will finish it. But Publishing House, they were out of patience, so they said that, okay, you write some essays, so we can unite them and turn into a book. You just write entrance and explain the book. So they collected all of his essays and turned a book. Book name is Osmanlı'da Devlet ve Ekonomi. Then another problem. Not many people understand this book. I think. Okay, it was a complicated book, and there was a lot of repetition, and it challenged many of economic ideas we think about it. But it did make sense in Ottoman sense, and whether it offered some ideas in modern economics remains to discussed. So what Mehmet Genç talk about? Two important things. First, İaşe. Second, fiscal policy. What is fiscal policy? Fiscal policy is the big governments, empires need a lot of money. So they need to increase their tax revenues. So how they do it? For instance, Ottomans used very complicated many systems. So when people think about classic empires, they think that they collect taxes from villagers. But villagers not easy to task. They spread out all over the map. Even if they, of course, they collect some tasks, but village need a lot of expenses. So how they make money? Classic empires make money from custom unions, custom incomes. So when especially things go in country and get out, it's easy to control. It doesn't cost a lot of money. So rich people, traders are really important in this story. Genoese, Venetians, Jews, Armenian, Greek traders, they willing to easily pay taxes as long as security is given. Second thing Mehmet Genç explained, İaşe. Why İaşe? What is İaşe? İaşe means ordinary people should afford bread or simple basic things to survive. This is important because if ordinary people cannot afford bread, they might rebel. You know, this is most important thing empire is afraid of. People rebelling because of the hunger. So they try to do lots of things to ensure ordinary people can afford basic stuff, bread. There was no shortage of those things. So there was no social government. You know, governments cannot go help every hungry people easily. But what government do is make sure ordinary things are very cheap, so everybody could afford them. So in order to achieve this, what government did was, first of all, if let's say bread is production is limited, agricultural production, they ban export. So they say that, okay, we don't have enough, might not have enough food for all citizens, so we cannot export. So this is actually a little bit problematic with first policy, fiscal policy, because government need to increase revenues, but same time government need to keep prices low. So what Ottomans does this, they try to balance two things: fiscal policy, need to increase government revenue. Second, İaşe, to keep things price low so ordinary people can afford it.